Good morning and happy new year 2024. I've got a great article that I want to share with you today that I think will bring a lot of value to your everyday life and the longevity and function of your brain. So, crazy enough, one of the simplest things you can do for your brain is as simple as standing up. So just standing in a very specific pattern of frequency can make a huge difference. So the article that covers this very well and in great detail, basically the title of this article says, "Does breaking up prolonged sitting improve cognitive function in sedentary adults? A mapping review of hypothesis formulation on the potential physiological mechanisms." So they're going to actually go through in this article, I think it's 40 pages. It goes through all the different impacts that it has on different systems of the body, just standing. But the question is for how long and how frequently. Those are the critical parts. And what they found in this article, because they did it at different intervals, what they found worked best is in a 4-hour period. If you get up every 30 minutes for 2 minutes, just getting up every 30 minutes for 2 minutes. And they're not asking for heavy exercise, they're just asking for light, like walking, to moderate for 2 minutes. It's very quick, very short. So if you're used to working at a desk and that's most of your day, what this article is suggesting is that prolonged sitting has a negative impact on your brain function long term and your productivity. Beyond that, it has, of course, impacts on the health of your vascular system, so your arteries, the health of your organs, the health of your hormone balance. It goes all the way to impacting every part of your physiology. And so one of the, again, I'm going to just go through some of these pages and give you some big highlights so that you can use that. Now, but one thing that I do want to mention is when you stand, in this particular article, they're not specifying how to stand, but there is a big difference with standing on 1 foot and 2 feet and motion. And so if you want to challenge your brain a little bit further in different parts of your brain, I would also recommend in your 2-minute standing session to also stand on one leg and then switch to the other leg. Just kind of challenge your balance system, but also move. You want to be moving as opposed to just standing still. So excessive sitting can alter cognitive function. Prolonged sitting can influence blood glucose, that's your sugar levels, in your metabolism, but also in your brain and also in your peripheral system, meaning your extremity. It can impact the structure of your brain, so brain structure and activity. It can also have an impact on vascular function, on respiration and hormonal function, cognitive performance. So again, this could be, if you find yourself, I think we're all in different stages of lives, but let's just say that you're retired and you do a lot of sitting and you're concerned about your memory and your brain function. Well, I think this is something that you can apply. And if you're not retired, but you're working, but your job requires a lot of sitting, again, you want to be mindful of that. In this particular study, they also looked at what happens if we don't get up every 30 minutes, but we get up, every 2 hours, and we get up for a longer period of time. It's not as good as getting up more frequently, even if it's a shorter amount of time, like 2 minutes. All right, so beyond cognitive function, some of the executive aspects of the brain, like memory, attention, like focus, all those executive functions that allow you to be also selective, right? To attenuate stimuli that you want to attenuate. So in other words, focus where you want to focus, but not let yourself be distracted. All those things, all those executive functions, short-term and long-term memory, are impacted. Cortical and peripheral glucose metabolism, I mentioned that one. Fat buildup in our body and inflammatory markers. So if you want to bring inflammation down, again, you want to get up and move every 30 minutes. Energy expenditures, so your energy will have a huge, again, impact Your levels of energy will have a big impact based on how you sit or if you're getting up more frequently. Again, every 30 minutes for 2 minutes is the key. And if you want to move longer, again, there's no negative association with a longer than 2 minutes. Neuroendocrine functions, that's that connection between the brain and the organs, is impacted by this as well as the muscular system, and it goes on, and involving also the health of your arteries in your peripheral system. So the bottom line is that the reason why so many things can be affected, especially neurologically, is because this intermittent standing every 30 minutes for 2 minutes has an impact on oxygen and blood flow to the brain. And when you negatively impact oxygen blood flow to the brain, it results in such a wide impact in your body because all systems are controlled by the brain. And that is our drive here, is to maximize function neurologically. I hope this was helpful. Have a great day.